Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So we've had a look at the Lincoln on Saturday, which kicks off the flat season in the UK, and there's two that I'm going to be having bets on in the Lincoln at this stage because I think they're overpriced. I think they'll both go much better than their odds suggest. There are a couple of dangers. I'll quickly run over those two dangers that I'm worried about. Migration, back for this race. Obviously he was our tip last year in the Lincoln, which he won. The concern would be he didn't show anything subsequently, and he's also still £4 higher, even taking into account the jockey claims this year and last year. And the second one that I think will run well, but isn't going to be a selection, is Majestic. He runs off 91. Last year he ran in this race off 93. George did take £3 off George Bass. So I'd want to see a £3 claimer on him. And with no jockey bookings yet for Majestic, I'm happy to leave that one alone. I do think he got a decent run that year, in that run as well, and maybe they'll be planning a return for the Cambridgeshire where he ran so well again last year. So the two that I do like this year, Navaggio, definitely think Navaggio's got a chance coming over or going to be running for James Horton. Now James Horton is starting his career again as a trainer after it all went pear-shaped because of his connections with John Dance. John Dance was obviously his primary owner, and that all went wrong. Onto a winner have gone and purchased this Navaggio. I think he could be very well handicapped. Now I know he's running here off 96, and in Ireland he was only rated 85 before winning last time out. But to be fair to him, that 85 might be the 96 might be under appreciating what he did that day. He gave £12 to Didn't Have Much to Do, who was rated 102, and he beat him by a head. He gave £12, he gave £10, sorry, to Londoner, who was rated 98, and he beat him by about 10 lengths. Well, on that, if Londoner was 98 and Didn't Have Much to Do was 102, shouldn't Navaggio, who gave them £10 and £12, be nearer the 100, if not over 100? Navaggio's rated 96. I think the form is good as well. You know, you could say, yeah, but that was over further than this. Okay, but the ground will certainly make it testing. He likes to go forward. Richard Kingscote has been booked to ride, and he's a very good jockey from the front. And even if we go back to like his run when he beat Spanish Tenor 2 runs ago on soft at Limerick, Spanish Tenor's now rated 87, did actually go up to a rating of 90 after winning a couple of races subsequently after being beaten comfortably by Navaggio. So if we said Spanish Tenor was rated 90, Navaggio beat him, giving him £1, and beat him comfortably. Beat him by 3.5 lengths comfortably. I reckon he ran to a mark of about, 100 again. I think he's still got more to come here. And with the jockey booking of Richard Kingscote, I think they'll go forward. They might play Catch Me If You Can, and his form on the soft ground is very good. He's probably had that one disappointing run here at Cork on Friday the May the 5th when things just went wrong over a trip that was too short. But even his third behind Joe Massiera was a good run behind him and Cheers Again. And if we actually look through some of his form, he was second to Blues Emperor 4 runs ago. Now Blues Emperor, who reopposes, actually beat Chazame back in July at the Curragh over a mile, and he was second then in the Irish Cambridgeshire off a much higher mark. So I think Blues Emperor's form ties in well with Chazame, the Fozzie Stack horse. Let's have a look. It is this one here. I think that form ties in well with Blues Emperor, and I think that form ties in well with Navaggio. And yet I've got Navaggio coming out on top of those three. And Navaggio at 25s, I think is a massive price. And I'm pretty confident it's going to run. We've got the jockey booking. The trainer's talked about him. There's no issues with the ground. Soft ground will be absolutely fine. I'm really hopeful of a very big run. The second horse that we're going to be selecting is this one here, Great Gadian. Now, Great Gadian is an interesting one because if we look at its form, we can see that generally, especially recently, he's been back on the all-weather, and he's been running alright on the all-weather. He's had 3 seconds in his last 5. He did have a win back here at Newcastle. He doesn't have a lot of flat form, but he actually ran in this race last year on heavy, and he finished 6th. Good effort. You can see he traded 92.15% shorter in the run. Let's actually check what mark he traded in the run. He traded quite short. And the reason for that is he was coming there travelling really nicely, but in the wrong part of the course. He was over the far side, which I'm sure would have prevented him from running to his best. Let's just have a look. Win PR. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Here he is. He traded 6-1 in the run from a high of 70. He was the 3rd biggest shortener behind the winner and 3rd. I thought he ran a really good race that day under Aidan Keeley, who retains the ride. And I've just got a feeling that they're coming back here thinking we've got our horse very well handicapped now. He didn't show a lot afterwards on the turf, but that was all better going. You can see that he went from heavy to good to soft, good to firm, good to firm, getting back on that soft. And I think it could be very interesting. We can see he's got a bit of form back there on soft when he was 3rd at Sandown. I'm just having a look on my other screen. I mean, that race when he was 3rd, he was being beaten by Ciscane. You know, the very, very smart 114 rated dual Maidan winner recently, Group 3 winner. I mean, I think Great Gadian wants this soft ground. He returns to this race where he ran so well. He was rated 100 that day and Aidan took 5 off, so he was effectively rated 95. On Saturday he'll be rated 92 and Aidan takes 3 off, so he'll be effectively rated 89. £6 lower than when finishing 6th, when not being in the right position on the track, as in he ended up being over the far side where nothing else really picked up. I mean, he went past Empire State of Mind, who was going well over there, and nothing else got involved over that side. It all came down the near side. Migration weaved his way through. A Wow was already down this near side. Baradar and Majestic were in the centre. Great Gadian ran the best over that far side, and I think he's been very much overlooked in the market. As I said, Aidan has been booked to ride. He gets in. There's no negatives about him, really. I think he's a massive price at 40-1. You can get 40s about him. I think that's a massive price for Great Gadian. So my 2 for the Lincoln are Navaggio and Great Gadian. Navaggio on the basis that I think he's well handicapped. I think Onto a Winner have got a horse there that is still well handicapped coming over from Ireland. And we do often see the Irish handicapper horses that come over do continue doing well in the UK. And Great Gadian, who looks very well handicapped compared to this run, or compared to his run last year. He's got fitness on his side, and if he gets a better draw and gets to follow the right horses, I think he'll go very, very close here.